What's happening, people? My name is Adida NC and welcome to my Planetside 2 channel. Now this is the very first episode of our series that we call The Directives, where you join me on my journey to find out whether there's any fun to be had at all from achieving the various directives or Auraxiums in the game. And when I say fun, that's exactly what I mean. Now the one thing you should know about this channel is that we don't care much for stats. I was never good at stats at school and I hate math. And if you're truly honest with yourself, deep down you don't really care about the stats of the NS-15M either. You don't care about the max damage of 140 something at how many meters and a rate of fire of 600 and some shit and a bullet speed of 600 and who really cares? What you really want to know is how many certs you're gonna have to save up to buy this thing and how much fun it is to use. And in my humble opinion, this gun is a lot of f***ing fun to play with.
Headshot.
And I'm not the only crazy ass that thinks so either. If someone told me that this was one of the most popular guns in the game, I might believe them. I took a look at my personal stats and I realized how many times someone has popped me in the skull with this LMG. And I know some people who absolutely swear by this weapon. So what is it? What is it about this gun that is so endearing to me and so many other people across all factions? Is it the sheer stopping power? Fuck no. With a max bullet damage of meh and a pretty average rate of fire, the only thing that will keep you alive if someone surprises you at very close range are luck, your shields at max rank, and if the hands of your enemy are as unsteady as a 90-year-old grandmother on crack. I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm sure your grandmothers are wonderful human beings. All I can say that, at close range, even in the hands of a skilled user, the NS-15M is meh at best. However, once you step into medium range, it's here that the fun really starts.
Excellent.
And what do I mean by medium range? Well, I'm glad you asked. I can show you the distance, in fact, which I find most effective with this weapon. So let's hop over to the Cold Tier continent, which is pretty much a training continent designed to show new players the basics of point capture and that kind of thing. And what's great about this seldom used continent is its even more seldom used warp gate with an equally seldom used shooting range nestled underneath. So follow me down here and we'll take a look at there are three ranges beneath the warp gate. First of all, there's a long range shooting gallery.
Spotted a hostile engineer.
And over here we have a shorter range gallery, more close range stuff. And over here is the real meat and potatoes. This is the medium range where the NS-15M really does pretty decently. In fact, let's jump over a little bit and yeah, around here is really the kind of distance I find most effective for this weapon.
In the area.
Yep, pretty controllable and pretty decent headshot range. Alright, let's hop over, take a look at the loadouts I like to use with the NS-15M. First of all, the sights. This is, of course, everyone uses different sights. I like the HSNV scope a lot because of the straight crosshair and because you can pick off heads of guys hiding there in boxes and stuff. But mostly it's just like 1 times or 2 times I use. Don't really use the longer range scopes too much, even though this is a medium to long range weapon for me. Barrel attachments, I don't use anything. Some people use the compensate, I don't see the need. Rail attachment, the forward grip is a must to handle any little side to side shake that happens, and soft point ammo is also a complete must. Totally must have, especially with that low bullet damage. As far as implants, I also use the battle hardened implant a lot to eliminate any shake from explosions and that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much it. That's what I use most of the time. So now that we know what range I like to find myself in with the NS-15M, this brings me to my #1 motto when using this gun, namely
Headshot.
What's that you say?
Headshot.
I don't think you heard me.
Headshot.
So this is where the real fun starts. The recoil is very manageable. By pulling down and to the right just a little while firing will easily compensate for the up and to the left recoil. In fact, whereas with other weapons I'd have to fire in 2 to 3 shot bursts to keep the cone of fire spread in check. With the NS-15M, I'd often find myself firing 5 to 6 bursts and landing pretty much all my shots at medium range. And with the 75% movement speed, as opposed to the usual 50% while aiming down sights, strafing left and right while popping heads has saved my life on more times than I can count. And I'm only an average shot on my best day. Forget your beloved KDR, the only stat that I pay attention to with this gun is my headshot percentage. And if a shitter like me can get over 25% headshots with this LMG, then anyone can. Now there are other things about this gun that have me grinning from ear to ear like a dog that's been given a Tyrannosaurus Rex bone covered in barbecue sauce. And that's the reload speed of just over 2 seconds, which is absolutely mental for an LMG. But the thing I like the most about the NS-15M is the sound. The frickin' thing sounds like you're shooting peanuts instead of bullets. Ah yes, that gentle pitter-pat of shells hitting enemy skulls is almost like the soothing sound of rain on rooftops. Kind of like a lullaby putting the enemy to sleep. But poetry aside, it's not all rainbows and puppy dogs with this gun. The time to kill can feel so meh that at times it can be a little frustrating to me. In big fights especially, I often find myself getting tons of assists while someone with a harder hitting weapon steals all my kills, which coupled with my mediocre accuracy probably explains why it took me over 65 fucking hours to Auraxium this weapon. And I could wish for a faster RPM at closer ranges, but if I'm honest with myself, the gun isn't designed for those kind of ranges anyway, so I shouldn't really complain about it, but I still do sometimes. All in all, this is so far one of my favorite guns in the game. Even after Auraxiuming it, I still go back to it sometimes when I'm bored. Kinda like you do with an old girlfriend. Although my current girlfriend is gonna kill me for that line at some point. So was this gun fun for me to use? Definitely. Would I recommend it to everyone? No. This is for the kinda eccentric people like me. But those people who like loud, fast-firing weapons won't like this gun. People who prefer harder hitting weapons won't like this gun either. But the thing is, if you stick with it, you probably may come to love the NS-15M like I do. Either you love it or you don't, and I'm one of those crazy motherfuckers that do. Now these views are purely based on my opinion of the weapon. I'm sure you'll agree with some things, and you may also disagree with a lot of it. If you have used the NS-15M, I'd like to hear from you what you found fun about it, or if you hated the crap out of it, I'd like to hear that too. Also, if you have any constructive feedback on how I can make the channel better, or if there's a particular topic you'd like to see, throw it in the comment section down below, and feel free to fist bump me a like and hit that subscription button. This is Adidas signing off, and remember that fun is the reason we started playing games in the first place.